Hi guys. So this is the video for this week's writing. There's only going to be one video, so please make sure that you watch it so that you understand the directions. If you don't watch these videos, it's going to be really hard for you to understand what we're going to be doing. So last week you were given a prompt and it was about plastic straws. So you had to read the prompt, which we always know the prompt is on one of the very last pages. They do that because they're trying to trick you. We always want to make sure that we are reviewing the writing prompt so that we understand the purpose for reading and the purpose for writing. So you had to identify the topic, the type, and the task. So our type is going to be opinion. Everybody's going to be writing about opinion or writing an opinion piece. Your topic was plastic straws. The task was whether or not plastic straws should be banned. So I'm going to be writing an opinion piece as well, but mine is going to be about whether or not dogs should be allowed on the beach. So my type is opinion, my topic is dogs, and then the task is whether or not dogs should be allowed on the beach. Now, I don't have a printer in my house. Many of you might not have printers, so you're going to need something to write on and something to write with, and I'm going to, at the top of my paper, and I'll show you in a moment what I wrote, write, should dogs be allowed on beaches? Now, you are not writing about dogs on beaches. You are writing about plastic straws. So if you want to do this with me as I'm doing it, you can pause your video and look. I want you to have that document open with me as you watch this video. You are going to go ahead and make a T-chart like this. But remember, you are not writing about this. This is my model to show you how to do it. So I wrote, should dogs be allowed on beaches on my paper? So on one side, I'm going to write yes. On the other, I'm going to write no. Now, if you have a printer at home and you would like to print the article and code it as we normally do, then you may do that. Now, if you forgot what we mean by coding, that means you are going to be looking for both sides. And your assignment last week was to tell me how you are going to code the prompt. Many of you said that you were going to do a check for yes, a minus for no. Many of you said you're going to put a Y for yes, an N for no. You decide how you want to code the prompt. So I'm going to say that one more time. You have two choices. You can either do it on paper like I'm doing it because I don't have a printer, so I'm going to be taking notes as I read my articles, or you may print and code it as we normally do. So I'm going to go up to my first source. You are only going to be reading source 1 for this week. So I'm going to model for you how I'm going to code my prompt, but I'm going to be taking notes instead of coding. So I will walk you through what I would do if I were going to code this and had it printed out in a physical copy, and how I take notes. All right, so source 1 is called Dogs on the Beach. Many say yes. So paragraph 1 says, these days, it seems, pets are part of the family. I'm going to pause really quick because I'm not sure if I said this. We're going to be looking for both sides because in an opinion piece, we have to write supporting the side that has the most facts. Okay, so I'm going to continue to read. It says, we love our pets and take them everywhere, including restaurants, hotels, and parks. It only seems natural to bring Fido along to your beach trips too. Are there benefits to canines on the beach? Now, we actually did this writing piece in class, and many of you were confused by this, Fido. That's just what people will call dogs sometimes, like a name for a dog, I guess. So here, it doesn't really seem like there's a ton of information to support either side. One thing that I might be able to write is people love their dogs and want to take them everywhere. Dogs take everywhere. When I'm taking notes, I'm not going to write down the whole sentence because that's going to waste time. Also, only work on the writing for about 10 to 15 minutes a day. And if you don't get through source number 1 in one sitting, go ahead and do it again the next day. But this really should not take you much longer than about 30 minutes. And again, Writing should be about 20 minutes a day, so this should not take you longer than that amount of time to complete. Okay, so this is what I wrote on my paper for yes, and I put a number 1 because this is article number 1. All right, I'm going to continue. It says many business owners say yes, they're taking advantage of this trend and catering to man's best friend. Some ice cream shops sell scoops, especially for dogs. Restaurants have outdoor seating with doggy dishes welcoming four-legged friends. So what I'm reading here is that many businesses at beaches are dog friendly. So I'm going to go ahead and write that as something that would support, yes, dogs should be allowed on the beach. So it says outdoor seating, which would allow people to bring their dogs. And then it says ice cream for dogs. Please do not write this. If you would like to do this with me, then you may pause the video and look at your article. But remember, you are not writing about dogs. You are writing about plastic straws. Okay, so here's what I wrote. I put a number 1 because this is from source number 1. I'm not going to put a 2 for paragraph 2. I'm putting number 1 because this is from source number 1. All right, we're going to move on to paragraph number 3. I'm not going to do the whole article for you because I think that you get the idea. We have done this before. This is not new. This is all review. Everything that we're doing is review. All right, paragraph 3. It says Vera Parker, a business owner, commented, opening up the beaches to dogs brings in a whole new group of tourists. This is ultimately good for our economy. An economy is like when people spend money. So I'm just going to say good for economy. It's saying more people equals more money. That's kind of my original thought too. More people equals more money. I'm going to add OT next to that because that's pretty much coming from my head, supported from the text. But remember, original thought is anything that is not in the text that we get from our head. All right. Paragraph 4 says, we were curious to learn exactly why people enjoy bringing their pups along on beach trips. We interviewed some dog owners at Fort DeSoto Dog Beach Park in St. Petersburg to find out. And I have a ton of original thought here because this is a dog park that we normally go to bring our dogs to. So I could add that later in my note-taking guide. All right, so I'm going to show you what I have for only, there's 11 paragraphs in my text. I have 4 facts to support yes, so I don't have anything yet to support no, but if I find something for no, then I will write that down. So your job this week, you have the entire week to do it. You are going to read only source number 1, and if you have a printer, you can print it out, and you can code the text like we normally do in class. Remember, this is not new. Or you may make a T-chart like I did and put it on paper. Please take your time with this. When you are done, take a picture of it and you can send it back to me in the EdSweet Messenger. All right, guys, let me know if you have any questions. Bye.